Good evening. Today's presentation is for the potential investors for the Perfect Cup and their new product, Remember Me Coffee. First and foremost, the mission statement for the Perfect Cup is to provide a simple way for everyone to obtain their own perfect beverage within the luxury of their own homes. Now looking at the company itself. The Perfect Cup is a startup business with the intentions of providing the means for a simple way to obtain a perfect beverage for everyone. The Perfect Cup is a partnership founded in April 2016 by siblings Sydney and Peyton Haas. Sydney had the idea of innovating a general coffee maker into a smart coffee maker. With the help of her brother and his technology skills, they were able to create Remember Me Coffee. Let's set the scene. Sam, Lauren, Dean, Clay, and Lisa meet up for breakfast at Sam's house. They all have different preferences and flavors of coffee. Sam prefers her coffee black, Lauren prefers lattes, Dean prefers decaf, Clay prefers a chocolate mocha, and Lisa likes a bunch of milk in her coffee. To accommodate the different types of coffee that will be made, Sam has to prepare 3 different pots of coffee. Once the pots are made, Sam has to drag out the milk, sugar, creamer, chocolate syrup, whipped cream, and anything else her friends like in their coffee. Afterwards, there's a huge mess to clean up. This is where Remember Me Coffee comes into play. Remember Me Coffee is a coffee maker that uses handprint identification to make the perfect cup of coffee for individuals. It remembers which type of coffee a person likes, how he or she makes it, and at just the right temperature he or she prefers. All the consumers have to do is place their hand on the sensor and Remember Me Coffee will make the desired coffee. If a consumer has different preferences, the coffee maker will remember each preference and give the consumer an option upon identifying his or her handprint. Remember Me Coffee can remember up to 25 people and remember each of their preferences. It is also guaranteed to produce unlimited perfect coffees for at least 30 years. Now, if Sam had a Remember Me coffee maker, she would not have to worry about making pots of coffee for her guests. Each person would place their hand upon the sensor, and Remember Me Coffee will recognize each person and make the desired preference for the right person. No hassle, and most importantly, no mess. How is Remember Me Coffee better than the major competitor? Remember Me Coffee's main competitor is Seiko. Seiko has a one-touch coffee machine that can remember up to 6 individuals for up to 6 different types of coffee with just fingerprint recognition. Remember Me Coffee is better for consumers than Seiko's one-touch coffee machine for 3 main reasons. The first is Remember Me Coffee can recognize up to 25 people compared to the 6 the one-touch coffee machine remembers. Second, Remember Me Coffee can remember endless combinations of the individual's desired coffee compared to the 6 preferences of Seiko's coffee maker. Lastly, Remember Me Coffee is cheaper than the one-touch coffee maker of Seiko. Remember Me Coffee's primary target market is millennials and older centennials. Centennials are the generation that follows after millennials. These 2 age groups are driven by coffee. The millennials and older centennials, like all generations, are always looking for a way to make life easier. Remember Me Coffee will give consumers just that, a much simpler way to make coffee. All they have to do is place their hand on the sensor and Remember Me Coffee does the rest. The secondary target market for Remember Me Coffee is offices and schools. Both offices and schools have break rooms for the employees. Most employees like to enjoy a cup of coffee before having to get back to work. With Remember Me Coffee being able to remember 25 people, it will be a great investment for offices and schools. How does the Perfect Cup plan to reach the target markets? The Perfect Cup looks to reach the target markets by keying in on the simplicity of the coffee maker. There are 3 outlets the company aspires to use to reach the target markets. The first outlet is social media. Social media is an easy way to reach the target markets in a quick and easy manner. The second outlet is commercials. Remember Me Coffee will have two commercials showing the simplicity of making a cup of coffee. One commercial will focus on targeting the millennials and centennials, while the others focus towards the offices and schools. The third outlet is trade shows. The trade shows will help the company and Remember Me Coffee gain exposure. This would give the company a chance to gain and expand the secondary target market. Currently, Remember Me Coffee is going to be sold to individuals, families, offices, and schools. This coffee maker will make mornings and coffee breaks easier and quicker for the households, offices, and schools. The Perfect Cup wants to expand into selling coffee machines to coffee shops. Presently, the company is working on creating Remember Me Coffee Shop, which is a large coffee machine that remembers everyone who comes into contact with it and their desired preferences at certain coffee shops. Now to the fun part. Here is an overview of the projected income statement. For a closer look, turn to page 9 on the business plan. Each Remember Me coffee maker will be sold for $300, which is about a 52% gross profit. The Perfect Cup is anticipating on selling 34,000 units in the first year. This puts the company making a total revenue of $10.2 million in the first year alone. The total expenses expected for the first year is about $5.2 million. Remember Me Coffee sales will provide a $5.27 million gross profit and a profit before taxes of just under $5 million. By investing in the perfect beverage, investors will obtain their investments back plus 5% interest within the first 2 years. Thank you. Are there any questions?